Recording started. Let me share full screen. Okay, so I think visible for all of you. Am I right, Sanskruti? Is it visible to all of you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So first of all, I'm going to explain the next concept that will be having experiment. Okay, so our database engineering lab is having one experiment on this one. Not in this week, but in upcoming week, we are going to conduct one experiment on this concept, data models. Okay. So in last lecture, we have seen what are the basic component instances, views, abstraction, schema. So these kind of components we have seen. And right now, we are going to check out what are the models. Okay. So how many models are there? Okay. So data model, in short, we can say it as a design of our whole database. Okay. So also we are having another definition for this data models is structure of data model. Okay. You can draw it in your notebook. You can draw via software tools. You can draw via uh, uh, pencil or anything else that you want. So it is a design of your database. So data models are defined as structure of data model. It is the collection of conceptual tool for describing data, data relationship, data semantics, and consistency constraints. Okay. So in short, we can say that with the help of tool, we are going to describe a data. We are going to define the relationship between them. We are going to define the semantics of data as well as we are going to define the consistency of constraint, how the constraints are allocated to each other. Okay. So these data models are classified into four types. Okay. So we can design our database into four types. So first type will be ER model. Okay, so ER model stands for entity relational model. Second one is relational model. Third one is object oriented data model. And the last one is object relational model. Okay, so these are the four data models available for designing purpose of our database. And for your syllabus, we are having these two one. Okay, most of the time we are working on only one data model, that is ER model, and relational model we are directly applying a task on relational model and we are using it. Okay, so and we are not using object oriented data model and object relational data model for your syllabus of database engineering. Okay, but we will take an overlook about it. So this is about the data model. So let's see one by one what is ER model. So we can say that ER model is nothing but entity relational model. Okay. So as I told you earlier also, entity, relation, then table or database or schema, all are nothing but the collection of data. It means table. So here entity is also called as a table. So with the help of different tables, we are going to communicate with them via a particular way, and that way is called as a relationship, and that relationship provides a particular way of communication between entities, and that is defined in the form of model or in the form of graphics, and this is called as a entity relational model. Another thing, that is the biggest definition. Okay, but for the smallest purpose we can say that वहां पे one or more entities होंगे, वो एक दूसरे के साथ किसी ना किसी तरह से रिलेट करते जाएंगे, तो वो रिलेट करने वाली थिंग है उसे हम रिलेशनशिप कहेंगे, और वो जो रिलेशनशिप और एंटिटी जो है जो हम डिफाइन करेंगे डायग्रामेटिकली, उस डायग्राम को हम क्या बोलेंगे, एंटिटी रिलेशनल मॉडल. So we can also say that it is the graphical approach to database design, as well as it is a high level data model. So why it is called as a high level data model? Because here we can see that here are number of components of ER model: entity, attribute, relations. Okay, these constraints are also we will see in upcoming lectures in detail. Okay, just write down, remember one thing, these are the components of ER model, and these are going to create a particular relationship between them, and that is used for defining real world object. Okay, so it is based on the perception of real world. So we can say that ER model is based on the perception of real world. So entity, what is entity? Entity is nothing but the thing or object in the real world that is available. Okay, any person, any student, any living thing, any non-living thing who is having particular dimensions, uh, what do we say, dimensions and characteristics that we can use to distribute them. Okay, so they are called as entities or objects of real world. So these collection of basic objects or entities and relation among them, we are going to create a particular environment, and that environment is nothing but our ER model. After that, we can say that it is having a set of properties, and these properties can have set of values. Okay, so right now we are going to define relation via diagram, but in fact there is particular property available, and with the help of those properties each entity is having particular value, okay, or set of values. So this is all about ER model. So why we are using this ER model? What is the purpose of using this ER model? So we can think that we use ER modeling when we can simplify, create the database and all of its objects without ER modeling. But one of the most important challenge we face when designing the database is designers, developers, and end users tend to view data and its uses differently. So, in that situation, when we are not going to check anything, we can end up producing database system that does not meet the requirements of user. So it is the we can say that it is the false diagram of our ER entity relationship. Well, if it is not going to fulfill all the requirements of user or end users, whatever it may be, any developer, any administrator, any naive user, sophisticated user, or unsophisticated user. So we can say that this ER diagram must communicate with the help of tools, and must provide simple way to communicate with end users, and also this ER diagram is crucial to create a good database design, and that's why it is helpful in developing a conceptual design of database. And a relationship is the association that describes the interaction between them, between entities. Okay, this is the purpose. और ये जो अभी टेक्निकली जितना बोला उसको हम सिंपली बताएंगे तो उसमें क्या है, एंटिटी रिलेशनशिप डायग्राम हमें टेबल्स में या एंटिटीज में वन एंटिटी, टू एंटिटी, थ्री एंटिटीज आर देयर, उसमें क्या रिलेशन है, किस प्रकार से हम डेटा एक्सचेंज करने वाले हैं और किस तरह से हम उसको यूज करने वाले हैं, ये बताने के लिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं, ER मॉडल डिफाइन करें. ओके, उसका सिंपल और एक एग्जांपल आपको बताऊं तो कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलप करने से पहले हमें डिजाइनिंग करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इन द सेम वे इफ वी आर डेवलपिंग एनी डेटाबेस, वी नीड टू डिजाइन आवर डेटाबेस, and for that purpose we are using these data models, and from them ER model is one of them. Okay, so this is the purpose of ER model. So how we are going to define this ER model or design this ER model? As we are going to use this ER model diagrammatically, we need to use some kind of symbols. And those symbols here we call it as a geometric shapes of ERD. And there are number of ERDs available, ERD geometric shapes available. Some of them are included here. Let me make a full screen. Okay. So first of all, rectangle is here. Okay. So it will tell you the entity or which type of entity you are using. Second one is double lined entity. So that type of entity is called as weak entity type. Why it is called as weak entity type? Why it is the strong entity? Why it is attribute? We will see in upcoming slides. नेक्स्ट वन एट्रीब्यूट. एट्रीब्यूट किसे कहते हैं? जो कॉलम हम डिफाइन करते हैं उसको एट्रीब्यूट कहते हैं और उसको किससे रिप्रेजेंट किया जाता है? इस ओवल शेप से. ओके. अब दूसरा शेप है ओवल में हम एक अंडरलाइन दे रहे हैं. जब ओवल में हम अंडरलाइन दे रहे हैं उसका मतलब है कि वो जो एट्रीब्यूट है डिफाइन किया हुआ उसको एक की कंस्ट्रेंट पास किया है. और वो कौन सा की कंस्ट्रेंट पास किया है? प्राइमरी की कंस्ट्रेंट. अब ये प्राइमरी की क्या है? यूनिक वैल्यूज इट इज गोइंग टू डिफाइन. ओके. आपके पीआरएन नंबर जो है उसको हम प्राइमरी की कह सकते हैं और उसको हम प्राइमरी की कंस्ट्रेंट असाइन किया है ऐसे कह सकते हैं बिकॉज नो वन स्टूडेंट इज हैविंग डुप्लीकेटेड पीआरएन नंबर. आप में से जो हर कोई स्टूडेंट है उसको एक यूनिक आईडी प्रोवाइड किया गया है. ओके. किसी का भी सिमिलर नहीं है. दो स्टूडेंट ऐसे कहीं किसी भी कॉलेज में या कहीं पे भी आपको मिलेगा नहीं कि किसी का पीआरएन नंबर सेम है. दैट इज द यूनिक टर्म. ओके. नेक्स्ट है हमारा मल्टी वैल्यूड एट्रीब्यूट. ओके. मल्टी वैल्यूड एट्रीब्यूट क्या होता है? जिस एट्रीब्यूट में हम मल्टीपल वैल्यू स्टोर कर सकते हैं. मतलब अभी हमारा एक कॉलम है जिसमें कॉलम का नाम है, एट्रीब्यूट का नाम है फोन नंबर. ओके. तो फोन नंबर हमारे मल्टीपल्स हो सकते हैं. सो व्हाट आई विल डू, आई विल राइट डाउन 7709 separated by a comma with 702 802 number. Okay, so the attribute which is having multiple values in his cell is called as a multi-valued attribute. Next one is the composite attribute. What is composite attribute? So the attribute which is composed of one or more attributes, other attributes, is called as a composite attribute. So for simplification, we can say that if we are having or we are filling our form, which form? Application form, anything. And in that one, we are having another text name which is signed for name, another name is for middle one, another one text box is assigned for last name. These are separated one. Okay. But for simplification, we need to combine our whole name with first name, middle name and last name. Am I right? So these first name, middle name and last name are going to create a full name attribute. So Sonali, I will write down in one text box Sonali. I will write down in another text box Shashikant. I will write down in last text box third one, that is Rokri. So Sonali, Shashikant, Rokde. So together they will create a name Sonali, Shashikant, Rokde, full name. So this attribute is composed with the help of these three different attributes is called as a composite attribute. Okay. Now the next one is derived attribute. What is derived? Do you have any idea about derived? Okay. So अगर हम
derived from
yes
another
yes, very good. Who told this answer?
Siley.
Okay, good, Saili. It means when you are going to find out another value by using any predefined value. So that is called as a derived attribute. Okay, अगर आपको कोई और attribute find out करना है, लेकिन उसके लिए आपको ऑलरेडी डिफाइंड एट्रीब्यूट पे कुछ प्रोसेस करना होगा, तो जो मिलेगा उसको हम डिराइव्ड एट्रीब्यूट बोलेंगे. For the simplest example of this one, which is given in each and every book, that is calculation of age. Okay, so right now I am having one attribute, that is date of birth. My date of birth is 20 March. Okay, so 88. Okay, and I want to calculate my age. So age will be called as a derived attribute because it is going to use the attribute of date of birth, and by using that date of birth attribute it will calculate my age and it will get written in that age attribute. Okay, understood? This is the simplest one. Please unmute yourself, anyone. Someone has not muted. Okay. So now here we have seen first component, that is entity. Then we have seen key constraint of our main ER model. Now the next thing is relationship. How we are going to show our relationship between entities. So there is a one thing which is used as a cardinality ratio. Cardinality ratio, here for simplification we can say that how any person or any one thing is going to interact with entities available or attributes available in another entity. Okay, so one attribute दूसरे attribute को कैसे interact करता है उसको हम क्या करते हैं, कहते हैं cardinality कहते हैं, और वो कितनी quantity में उसको interact करता है उसको हम ratio बोलते हैं. Okay, तो क्या होगा, right now we are having suppose कि we are interacting with each other and we are having 100 students available right now. Okay, तो क्या करेंगे हम लोग, one teacher number of students. Okay, so cardinality ratio will be 1:n. Okay, so in the same way we will perform with our entities. So here first entity is available, second entity is available, and relationship among them is defined with this dimension. So यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है कि इस एंटिटी का एक जो रो है या एक जो वैल्यू है वो इस एंटिटी के मल्टीपल वैल्यू से रिलेट करेगा, उसको हम 1 to n और 1 to n कार्डिनैलिटी और रिलेशनशिप उसको हम बोलेंगे. ओके, नाउ another thing is relationship is defined with the diamond shape, and identify relationship type is defined with the double diamond shape. Now next one is, we can say total participation. Total participation means what? One to all. One to all. एक यहाँ का रो सबको relate करेगा. Now the next one is one to many. Sorry, many to one. Okay, यहाँ पे इधर arrow भी हम दे सकते हैं, तो यहाँ से define होगा many to one. तो इस entity के all जो है एट्रीब्यूट्स है, मतलब हमारे SY क्लास के 131 स्टूडेंट्स है, वो डेटाबेस के एक टीचर से रिलेट करेंगे. ओके, और अगर ऐसे ही मुझे क्या करना है, मेनी टू वन रिलेशनशिप डिफाइन करना है, तो मैं कैसे डिफाइन करूंगी, यहाँ पे एरो यहाँ पे डिफाइन किया है, तो E1 to E2 कैसे डिफाइन होगा, यहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ सब्जेक्ट्स है, तो जितने सब्जेक्ट्स है उतनी टीचर्स है, वो हर टीचर इस टेबल के हर एक स्टूडेंट को क्या करेगा, वो सब्जेक्ट टीच करेगा. एक होगा तो भी टीच करेगा, दो होंगे तो भी टीच करेगा. ओके, सो दिस इज 1 to 1, 1 to many, many to 1, and many to many. In this way you can define. Now let us see an example of this ER diagram. So what is the total participation of entity set? The total participation of an entity set represent that each entity in that entity set must have at least one relationship in a relationship set. So there must be any one relation occupied by both the entities. Okay, so here is the example of college system. Okay, in that one we are having two entities, student as well as college. So relationship is study in. So we can say that ER diagram with total participation of college entity set in studying in relationships. So what they study in relationship indicates that this indicates that each college must have at least one associated student. ओके, सो हर कोई कॉलेज में एक तो स्टूडेंट रहेगा ही, एक से ज्यादा भी हो सकते हैं, है, रहते ही है। तो इस एंटिटी के तीन एट्रीब्यूट है, कौन से? स्टूडेंट आईडी, स्टूडेंट नेम एंड स्टूडेंट एड्रेस। एंड कॉलेज एंटिटी के दो एट्रीब्यूट है, कॉलेज आईडी एंड कॉलेज नेम। ओके, so they are having a relationship which is designed or defined in this diamond work with study in. Okay, so this will be the simplest ER diagram. Now relational model. What is relational model? Can anyone have an idea about relational model? So as we have seen entity relational model, there is also a relation in this data model. So the data and relationships are represented by collection of interrelated tables. Just a minute. And interrelated tables, multiple tables होंगे, वो एक दूसरे के साथ relate करेंगे. Each table is a group of column and rows that we are going to see from first lecture. And column represents attribute of an entity. We have also seen that every column is called as an attribute. And number of rows are defined with tuples, and tuples are also called as a record of that entity, record of that table. So this RM model or relational model represents the database as a collection of relations, and relation is nothing but a table of values, and every row in that table represent collection of related data. Okay, every row in the table represents the collection of related values, and these rows in the table denotes real world entity or relationship. So in short we can say that, just a minute, let me show you. हमारे पास एक टेबल है, सपोज दिस इज दैट टेबल. इस टेबल में नंबर ऑफ एट्रीब्यूट्स है. ओके, तो ये तीन एट्रीब्यूट है. इस तीन एट्रीब्यूट को यहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे, नेम प्रोवाइड करेंगे, दैट विल बी एट्रीब्यूट नेम. These are three number of rows available there. Each row will contain some kind of record available there. Okay, suppose like this one. Okay, and this will be the name of that particular attribute. And this record, these rows are having particular relationship with each other. Okay, and that is called as, and these rows in the table denote a real world entity or particular relationship. So here we can say that table name and column names are helpful to interpret the meaning of value in each row, and data are represented as a set of relation. Okay, so data are stored as tables. Physical storage of data is independent of the way the data that is logically organized. So for in short, we can have a sample relational model here, which is having table name student, and which is having 3 columns and 4 records. So this is the whole table like this one, but with another attributes. Okay, so in this one, in this diagram, we can say that student ID, student name, and student age is called as a attribute 111, 123, 169, 234 with particular name, with particular age is called as a record. Okay, Now, how we are going to have it? When we are assigning that particular table with another table or course table, we can say that student 111 is having course ID CO1 and science subject. Or we can say that roll number, which roll number we are having, PRN number, suppose 25, 2019 BTECS 3 times 0 25 is having course ID. आपला जो कोर्स आय डी आहे डेटाबेसचा 5CS253 समथिंग आहे तो, आणि तो DB ला रिलेट करतो. परत तो स्टुडंट 25 त्याचा कोर्स आयडी आहे, सेकंड कोर्स सब्जेक्ट आहे सपोज 4CS समथिंग, आणि तो जावाला रिलेट करतोय, असे आपण त्याला काय करू शकतो, रिलेट करू शकतो. सो हिअर वी कॅन से दॅट student ID, student name, student age are the attributes of student table, and student ID, course ID, and course name are the attributes of this course table. And the rows with values are records, and that are called as a tuples. Okay. So relation between them, here we can say one to many. एक स्टूडेंट को वन और मोर सब्जेक्ट्स असाइन किए हुए हैं. Now the next one is object oriented data model. Okay, so what is object oriented data model? So what is object? Object is real thing of the world. Okay, so this object oriented data model is also based on a real world situation. So these situations are represented with the help of objects, different attributes, and all these objects have multiple relationship between them. So what are the basic components of this object oriented data model? So each and every data model is having some kind of these kind of common components. Okay, little bit difference. So here we can say object, then attribute or the method, then class and inheritance. Okay, so here you can simply memorize that your C++ language is also called as object oriented data model. Why it is called as object oriented data model, database language, sorry, object oriented language? Because it is dealing with real world entities via some methods. Okay, and it is going to create another kind of classes, or it can also derive some kind of instances of that classes. That's why it is object oriented. In the same way, we are having this object oriented data model. So first one is the object. Real world entities and the situations are represented as object in the object oriented data model. After that, we are having attributes and methods. So every object is having particular characteristics, and each are represented using attributes, and their behaviors of the objects are represented or handled or manipulated using different methods. Okay. Next component of this model is class, and it is similar attribute and methods are grouped together using a class. So object can be called an instance of class. Okay. क्लास का एक पार्ट जो होगा उसको हम क्या कहेंगे, ऑब्जेक्ट कहेंगे. इनहेरिटेंस, when we are achieving, when we are deriving, when we are finding any new class by using already defined class, so that is called as a inheritance. So simply we can say it is the process of deriving a new class from original class. So derived class contains some kind of other attributes, some kind of methods, which are similar to original one as well as his itself only. Okay, its own also. That is object oriented data model. So here is the another one example. So object one में हमारे पास क्या क्या है, मेंटेनेंस रिपोर्ट है जिसमें डेट, एक्टिविटी, रूट नंबर, डेली प्रोडक्शन, देन इक्विपमेंट आवर्स, लेबर आवर्स यहाँ पे दिखाया गया है. और इस ऑब्जेक्ट का ये जो डेटा है, जिस टाइम जितना डेटा यहाँ पे फिल किया है एट अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम, उसको हम क्या कहेंगे, इंस्टेंस कहेंगे. ओके. अब ये क्या करता है, दूसरे एक टेबल को रिलेट करता है. ओके. या फिर हम कहेंगे कि इस मेंटेनेंस रिपोर्ट की मदद से हमने दूसरा एक टेबल ऑब्जेक्ट तैयार किया है जिसको हम मेंटेनेंस एक्टिविटी बोलेंगे, जिसमें पहला एट्रीब्यूट होगा एक्टिविटी कोड, activity name, production unit, average daily production rate. So here we can say that object 2 is derived from object 1, And also we can say that maintenance activity is derived from maintenance report. So this whole model is called as an object oriented model. Okay, understood? The next one is object relational data model. So it is also having the same component, but here we are applying one kind of relation. Okay, 1 minute. Hello, hello. ऐक मावशी मी लेक्चर मध्ये आहे, नंतर करते. So this object relational model is a combination of object oriented database model and relational database model. मतलब कौन कौन से जो हमने अभी पढ़ा, ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड डेटाबेस मॉडल और डेटा मॉडल, और जो हमने सेकेंड टाइम पढ़ा ईआर मॉडल के बाद relational model. So this object relational model is a combination of object oriented and relational data model. So it will support the properties of both these data models. So it can include object, classes, inheritance, and other are data types, tabular structure, which is available in our relational data model. Okay. So one of the major goal of this object or relational data model is to close the gap between relational database and the object oriented practices frequently used in many programming languages like C++, C Sharp and Java. Okay, and so on. Where we are using it, it will be beneficial to that system. Then what are the advantages of this object relational model? So inheritance, complex data types. Why it is calling it as a complex data type? Because we are fetching the properties of relational model also. Okay, we will see it. And then extensibility. So first of all, inheritance. Object oriented data model is having property of inheritance. So this allows users to inherit objects and tables so that we can extend all the functionalities which are available from base class into new class, and we can create its own also. Complex data types can be formed using existing data types. This is useful in object relational data models as a complex data types, and which is helpful for better manipulation of data. How we are going to manipulate that data, we will see in upcoming lecture. Next one is the extensibility. The functionality of this system can be extended in object relational data model, and this can be achieved using complex data types as well as advanced concept of object oriented models like inheritance. And these are the advantages. But this object relational model is having one disadvantage. When we are going to use this kind of model, it is quite complicated, and as we are using these complex data types, it is going to little bit difficult to handle this kind of model. So and why it is difficult? Because it combines the functionality of both the models and it utilizes all the properties also. So that's why it is little bit difficult to handle. Okay. This part we will see in next lecture, but right now I want to show installation of Oracle. Okay. So Samir, can you WhatsApp me your screen? Samir Dote, are you available there? Okay, he WhatsApp me. Just a minute. I am remotely accessing his laptop. Okay, so just a minute. Okay, this is his laptop. Just let me minimize his screen. Do you have Oracle 11G Express Edition, Samir? If you don't have, please don't download. I will share. Right now I'm keeping, where are your other drives? Okay, only C drive you have made. Okay, let it be. I will keep it on desktop. Okay, just a minute. Let's make it copy. Okay, done. Visible to all of you now? Yes, others?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, file is transferred. So this is the file which is having Oracle 11g Express edition. Right now it is of 4.1 GB, but this is the compressed file. Okay, so we will start setup. Yes. It will show you this kind of preparing to install window. Then it will ask for next. It will ask for agreement. You have to accept it. Now it will create one kind of folder Oracle exe in your C drive. Okay. Now password. Okay. Any password you can write down, but don't use @ symbol. Okay. Right now I'm using just a minute. Oracle 123. Okay, this password I'm using Oracle 123. Okay, this password you have to use for next time for connection purpose. Okay, next, and then install. This compressed edition is providing only client side applications. Okay, you cannot create server one with the help of this. So if you want to install server for this Oracle, you have to download the proper file from oracle.com, which is a 4.1 GB, but it will be little bit difficult for your site. So that's why we are using this one. It has created a shortcut on screen. Let's wait for a few more minutes. Yeah, our installation is successfully done. Okay, so you can have this kind of install Shield Wizard completed message, then make it finish. When you will finish it, you can check out your start window, or this window is having these kind of folders in which Oracle folder is here. Okay, Oracle 11G Express Edition. You can check out number of sub files are available there. Okay, so from which you have to use this run SQL command. Okay, you will get this window on screen. After that, you have to start via connect method or connect command. You have to pass out. Then it will ask for your system what is your username. So always remember, if it is not showing any kind of username on your screen at the time of installation, it means it will have system username. Use system one. Don't use sys. Sys will create sometime problems. Okay. And the password that we have used is Oracle123. Okay. So once you will enter that password successfully, it will get message of connected. Okay, so right now you are connected with our Oracle database, so you can pass all the queries here only. Okay, now installation is successful, and this I have downloaded from. Okay, let me show on my screen. If you don't have this setup, so you can just write down Oracle 11G Express Edition from file course or file hippo, anyone, anything. Okay, so you can download it from file course or file hippo. Okay, so you can download it. Now, one more thing I would like to tell you. Samir, I'm going to disconnect TeamViewer. Okay. So one more thing I would like to tell you. This is the shortest one, but you are not in college, so that's why I'm preferring this one. But if possible, please install original one from oracle.com. It is not compressed, so you can check out how Oracle server is also going to be installed. Okay, so this is our installation, and you have to always remember that for first two experiment we will use this SQL command line. This window we will use for first two experiments. First two means I'm not talking about study and designing part. I'm talking about actual query process experiments. Okay, so these window we will use for first two experiments. Okay, so here is the end. Let's end this meeting. Any query? Yes. Any query? Nirja, Shrutika, Smital, Vaishnavi, both Vaishnavi, Akhilesh, Aditya, Bhavika, Pratik, Atharva, Rohan, 3 Vaishnavi, Vaibhav, Aditi, 4 Vaishnavi. Yes, any query do you have? No. Right now, Suyesh, you don't need your Oracle server for your curriculum, but at least take a look from where you can install. Okay, there is no need to install Oracle server right now for database engineering. You just need client side that I told you. Okay. Yes, next one. Any other query? Pratik, Swapnil. Am I audible clearly?
Yes.
Manisha? Yeah. So any other query? Vishal, Vinayak, Teknath, Sweetie, Suyash, Sushant, Sonal, Shruti. Everything is clear? Okay, no problem. Yes? Okay then. Don't forget to fill your attendance. And let me stop sharing. Okay then. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.